Y'all miss me today. I miss y'all too. But y'all can still catch me on the Smoking Ball show. You know what I'm saying? I'm finally streaming right now, doing my reaction videos. Um, Let me go ahead and get the shout outs out the way. I'm not gonna let y'all know about the donations and all that. I did that today already. So Tony, Chi Town, Keon, Bag, Jasmine, Latrice, um, I think that's the Savo. Uh, I think that's it for this week. Y'all like the videos? I'm gonna shout you out. You comment on the videos, I'm gonna shout you out, nigga. I don't know if niggas is comfortable with me saying the entire name, so that's why I either say it in code or like everybody different, nigga. But as long as they know it's them, I win. But let's get into the video. Evil. What the fuck is this?
I heard a scream. You heard a scream? I didn't see it.
My girlfriend realizes cops found out her little secret or something.
I don't know what happened, but I heard him say that bitch shot me back.
In the early hours of June 17, 2023, at around 3 a.m., deputies from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office respond to a disturbing 911 call made by 44-year-old Jordan Kinn to report a shooting at his house in Big Coppitt Key, Florida. As the officer arrived at the scene, nothing could have prepared her for what was waiting for her behind the door.
The Sheriff's Office!
I'm still trying to print it out.
In front of her lay 29-year-old Tyler Newlich, bleeding out on the kitchen floor, struggling for his life. Beside him sat his hysterical girlfriend, Brittany, trembling as she pressed her hands over his wound, desperate to keep him alive. He had been shot, and from the location of the wound, officers quickly realized that this wasn't self-inflicted. This was attempted murder. Inside the house, there were no signs of forced entry. Even the dogs were calm. To detectives, that detail said more than any broken lock ever could. Whoever did this wasn't a stranger. They were someone Tyler trusted. But who could commit such a harrowing act against someone they knew? A search of the scene revealed one of the case's most critical pieces of evidence: the firearm used to shoot Tyler.
That's why I haven't checked yet. I was waiting to make sure somebody else was here first. Now it's not. Yeah, there is one missing from the magazine.
This missing bullet and the firearm made the officers realize that this was a planned shooting, one carried out with intent, not impulse. But the motive behind this brutal shooting will turn out to be far darker than anything they find at the scene. For now, their priority was keeping Tyler alive. If he didn't make it, the case would shift from an assault to a homicide. As paramedics worked to stabilize him for transport, another deputy stepped outside to speak with the original 911 caller, Tyler's roommate, Jordan, who walked the officer through the night, explaining how he'd rushed over after hearing Brittany scream.
Probably like 3 minutes before I called 911, I heard a scream and her walking down the hallway and say, "Jordan," my name. And they got up out of bed. I'd been asleep maybe 2 hours, but knew something was wrong. I came out in the living room and saw Tyler was incoherent, bleeding from somewhere in his back. Okay. I don't know from what or whatnot, but I know if it was gun, I would have heard it. I don't know what exactly how it happened.
Who owns that gun?
I don't. One of those. I'm pretty sure Tyler.
You pretty sure he does?
Yes. I know he usually always has. I have the TV on quite quietly and half asleep, but I think I would have heard something unusual.
Yeah.
I'm a fisherman and live on a boat half the year, I've used some weird noises.
Since he arrived after the gunshot was fired, officers turned their attention to Brittany, the only person who had been there before him. They needed to know if she'd seen anything that could help them understand what really happened that night.
You don't know?
I went to sleep. I don't know.
Why don't you go take a seat over there?
Like Papa?
The birth of the capsuleer. A sacred act. Immutable and profound.
I went to sleep.
You went to sleep?
Oh my God.
Okay, and then you woke up?
I woke up to this.
Okay, and what did you see? This? Just him laying on the floor? Waiting? Okay.
Clearly distressed, Brittany struggled to recall what had happened that night. But something about her behavior gave the officer an uneasy feeling, as if she was holding something back. Before the officer could press her further, a call came in from the hospital. Tyler had succumbed to his injuries. From that moment, the case shifts. What began as an assault is now a cold-blooded murder investigation. With only 2 people present at the scene, Brittany and Jordan both became prime suspects. Without wasting another second, detectives began their interrogation with Jordan, unaware that Tyler had already left behind the clue that would solve his case. After reading him his rights, detectives began questioning Jordan about the day of this heinous crime.
So when you got home last night, were they downstairs already?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And they were already drinking?
She was, he wasn't.
How was the mood when you
Great.
walked home?
It was great. Everybody was getting along fine. I felt like it was a normal good night, you know?
And you were downstairs drinking until what time about?
I'd say around 10:30-ish was my guess. And I went and watched a couple episodes of TV, and I was pretty well asleep when I heard her screaming, and she's the one who woke me up.
It's only after Jordan goes to bed that the sound of Brittany's scream pulls him from his room. And it's then that Tyler tells him what really happened.
I saw a pistol. I don't even know what happened. I just saw a lot of blood. But I did see a gun sitting there in a holster, which I'm pretty sure was hers. I never heard the shot. If that's what happened, I didn't get woken up by that. I got woken up by her yelling.
Oh, real quick. On my Facebook Live about my kids, if y'all watch that too, I realized I made a few mistakes on the years. Look, please understand that a lot of the times I be heavily medicated. And I be thinking I be saying the right shit in my head, and then when it comes out, it doesn't sound right. And when I go over the videos, I'm like, damn, I said 2002, 2008. Like, what the fuck? I meant 2018 and 2022. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all get it. Like, I be faded. One, I'm a pothead. And then 2, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a guy that's real heavy on the pills. So, pills, when I take the pills, my memory gets real bad and all that shit. So it's like once I start getting off the pills, my memory will be a little bit better. But recovering from all them pills got my memory kind of shitty. I ain't gonna lie. But hopefully I get
And instantly I like.
And I don't. Okay, now with the video, I don't trust the girl. And I already know it because I mean, common sense with the title. I mean, who else would it be? If it's not anybody else, it's definitely the girl because evil girlfriend realizes cops found her secret. So obviously, whatever is going on, the girlfriend got something to do with it. And obviously, the bitch that's fake crying tears is the bitch that did it.
Try to look at him in the face, and like that's when I called 911. Like I didn't know what happened to him. The little bit I got out of him, like I didn't see it. I don't know what happened, but I heard him say that bitch shot me in the back. Mumbled it.
Moreover, Jordan recalls a fight between Brittany and Tyler, one that turned unusually aggressive, ending with phones being slammed against the walls. He quickly assures detectives that it only happened once and it wasn't anything serious. After finishing the interview, detectives rule him out as a suspect. His timeline checks out and there's no sign of a motive to harm Tyler. Still, his account leaves them with one clear direction. They start with the only other person inside that house when Tyler was shot, his girlfriend, Brittany Holbrook. As detectives sit down to question her, they have no idea that by the end of it, they'll uncover a truth far darker than anyone imagined.
Sorry, I have to tell you this, but I was asking. That's why we're all here. Okay?
Opioid addiction doesn't have one face or one story, but there's always that moment.
Tyler's not alive.
Did you see how it flipped?
How long have you known him?
Right? That was
That's why we're all here. Okay?
Tyler's not alive.
How long have you known him?
What the fuck? Nah, G, you mean to tell me that's it? I hope that was a camera cut. That better have been a camera cut.
Where did you guys meet?
We were roommates.
Roommates?
I'm gonna say it like this: if that was not a camera cut, my antennas is high right now. Like only because normally, nigga, I'm a man, and normally, even as a man, if I cry, nigga, tears is gonna, even if they just fall a little bit, like it might just trickle down. But a nigga gonna have something, bitch. There is not a tear coming down your face, and I don't understand what causes y'all to do shit like this. This is another thing. This is what I mean. It's over. It's majority of the times over money, insurance money, houses, and possessions. And she probably got a nigga on the side that she want to spend his money with. And this is the thing that I be having issues with trusting women, bro. And this is the shit I be saying. Like, y'all think I be just dogging y'all, but this is the shit that goes on. Like, the nigga is dead. Obviously, she killed him. You know what I mean? What happened to? I miss good women, bro. Like, damn, women don't cook no more. Women don't clean no more. I mean, they do. I mean, they do, but I mean, not like they should. It's not as common as it should be. I don't think it is. I don't think it's as common as it used to be. Because now they want niggas to be doing a lot of the shit that the females are doing. And you know? Now women want to be the woman and the nigga too. You know what I mean? And the thing now is, and not only that, if that's not the case, if it's really not the case that, because I don't think women is in relationship for love anymore. And if that's not the case, why is there situations like this where the woman is killing the man for obviously financial gain? Because there would be no other reason to kill this nigga unless you have a nigga on the side that you're planning on spending this nigga's money with. Insurance money, houses, assets. You're probably married to this man. No, you only met him for 2 years, but I'm just, trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to see what happened, see if I'm right or not. So let me just play along, right? I'm saying she killed him. There's another nigga involved. This is just from what I'm getting. She's definitely not crying. This is fake tears, right? I think it's over insurance money, and I think it's over. I think it's really over, like whatever the man has, whether it's money or possessions.
You guys met when you were roommates, or you're still roommates right now?
We met when we were roommates.
What do you do for work?
But they're not married, so she must be like, the chick, the main chick, or the chick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what rules niggas live by.
I manage a paddle hut, like paddleboard, kayak rental location out of the capital.
As the conversation goes on,
Don't get me wrong. I know there's some shitty men out there, lady. And I know there's some shitty men that would do some shit like this. But it's less of a chance that the nigga gonna kill somebody they care about. It does happen. I'm not saying it does not happen. Yes, it does happen. But men are not that money hungry when it comes to their, and that's how you know a man loves a woman more. Because a man will never be money hungry enough to do that to his woman. Like a nigga, just like a man, just like I don't think a black person majority of the times can be racist. I don't think a majority of the times a man is supposed to.
detectives ease into small talk, all part of building rapport before getting to what really matters. But soon, their questions shift toward the night of.
We're not supposed to do it like this. We do it because we love you. We love y'all. We love women. But it's just niggas don't feel appreciated that we used to. The love ain't what it used to be. We miss that old feeling, bro. That old feeling. The feeling ain't the same, and it's like this is a prime example of what niggas mean. And when I say niggas, remember everybody niggas. This is a prime example of what all men mean. Why we can't trust. And you see shit like this, and it just like when y'all watch Lifetime or whatever the fucking show y'all watch that make y'all hate niggas. This is the type of shit that we watch that make us feel some type of way, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You've been living with this man for 2 years. He's obviously been taking care of you. And you killed this nigga to take off with his insurance money to go with another nigga 9 out of 10 cents.
The shooting, hoping to see if her story
don't make sense. That doesn't make fucking sense at all. How do you think you're finna get away with this? And now she probably could have if they were married, but if they were only together for 2 years, I highly doubt there was a marriage involved. But maybe he had some bread. Maybe she knew where it was. Maybe she had access to a joint account or something. Because once y'all been together for two or more years, y'all are like pretty much locked in, I would say.
lines up with Jordan's.
What time did you get home from work?
Literally, I'm saying after 2 years, I'm probably hitting it raw already. If you my bitch after 2 years, you getting raw dick. For sure, no questions about it. Like, yeah, even when you're my girl, you might not even get raw dick. Let's put it like this. I don't know. I'm scary, bro. A girl would tell you that nigga really is scary like that. I don't be fucking everybody, bro. I wish I was brave enough to, but I'm really not. I'm really not, nigga.
Let's see. I went to the grocery store. I went to Walgreens. Maybe like 5:30.
When you got home, who else was home?
Skylar got home like about 5 minutes after I did.
Okay. You guys were all just hanging out upstairs?
like this. So Tyler and I, when we got home, did that for a while. Upstairs.
Okay. And Jordan was hanging out with you guys too?
Eventually.
You guys hanging out? Were you guys drinking? How much do you guys normally drink?
Not a lot actually.
That's kind of normal for you guys? How much do you think you drank last night?
A lot.
Like 5 or 6 beers, like 2 bottles of rum? I don't know, what's a lot?
A lot. Like, I don't know. I drank probably 4 seltzers and then...
That's something that she wants, and she killed this nigga, bro. That's what I'm assuming.
Tyler and Jordan went to the store and came back with beers, and so I can't tell you how many of those I had, really. I don't know, because they were kind of all on the table, and then I threw them all in the box. So.
When you guys were drinking down here or upstairs in the living room?
Yeah, we were drinking downstairs.
Okay.
Brittany continues walking the detective through her night. According to her, the three of them hung out until around midnight before she finally went to bed, with Tyler and Jordan following soon after.
What's the next thing that you remember?
Holding Tyler.
What?
Holding Tyler.
Holding Tyler? Where were you at?
In the kitchen.
Do you remember how you got to the kitchen? So you...
I told y'all, bro. I knew she was on some bullshit. Nigga, my memory is bad right now. But I'm gonna remember every moment of my bitch dying, nigga. How would I forget some shit like my bitch dying? Like how my bitch died that I've been with for 2 years. I'm not finna forget a detail.
Lay down in bed with you, Tyler, and the dogs, and then the next thing that you remember, you're in the kitchen. Okay. And where was Tyler?
Lying
Down. Okay. Do you remember how he was laying?
I was holding him.
Where was he bleeding from? Okay. What was he saying?
Nothing.
Was he conscious? Did you see him?
That shit fake as fuck, nigga. I see right through that shit, bro. This shit is deeper than, oh my god, he's dead and I don't. How you live with this nigga and you don't know how he died? You don't remember? Like, you going to jail, man. Sack it up. I'm already telling you, you're going to jail because it's like nothing. You live with this nigga. You don't know how he going to jail. All right, going to jail. You don't know. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the You don't know what happened, and you live there. It's not like now if she was just like a visitor and she came occasionally, that would make a little bit more sense. But bitch, you live there. That is your nigga. You live with your nigga, especially a female nigga. A female know every detail of her nigga, bro. I'm talking about to a T, nigga. If a bitch really love you, nigga, she knows how many lines of skid marks you got in your drawers, nigga. If you got any. Terrible example, but nah, for real. A female love you like a female love. We love harder, but a female love different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there ain't women out here that won't love you, but it's rare nowadays. I'm not saying I don't even. I'm not even saying that I don't have that. What I'm saying is it's hard to find. Whether it's through friendship, whether it's through having a partner, it's just like I don't think y'all. I'm just. This is some of the shit I'm bringing to y'all, so y'all could see what men go through. Y'all not the only ones that go through shit on a regular basis when it comes to the significant others. Just because a bitch can't beat a nigga up, don't mean the bitch can't kill a nigga. That don't mean he can't set a nigga up for insurance money or for a house or whatever. Like, imagine being with a bitch for 2 years. I wanted to say the other thing, but it would have sounded weird. Imagine being with somebody for 2 years and then all of a sudden, and all of a sudden, motherfucker dead. The bitch you live with don't know what happened, and she's crying with no fucking tears, and she doesn't remember shit.
Still there?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction.
The detective slowly steers the conversation toward Tyler's murder, pressing gently at first, trying to confirm his final words.
Did he mention anything?
Tyler?
Did he make any statements to anybody? Did you walk away from Tyler at any point before the police showed up? Or you were holding on to him the whole time?
But Brittany insists she didn't hear anything. Each denial only widens the gaps in her story, and the detective can tell she's holding something back. So he changes tactics, using a bit of psychological pressure, a small trick meant to unsettle her and see how she reacts.
Has there ever been any history of domestic violence between you guys? Fights like arguing, yelling, and screaming back and forth?
I mean, that's the extent.
Are there any punches, pushes? No? Nothing physical?
Next, he brings up Jordan's statement, confronting Brittany directly to see if she'll finally break.
Jordan's saying that he remembers Tyler was on the ground, you were behind him, and Tyler made the statement, call 911, she just shot me. You remember that? Is there any reason why you might have said that? You think that's something that's possible?
But she doesn't. Instead, Brittany doubles down, insisting that she loved Tyler and that she could never hurt him.
Would you be willing to consent to us taking a swab of your hands?
I don't think so. I have blood all over my hands. I don't know.
This woman like this. This is the shit that we be talking about. And this is just one of the examples of the shit that we talk about.
I have Tyler's blood all over me.
The turning point comes when detectives ask Brittany for her fingerprints. The moment they bring it up, her demeanor changes. She looks anxious, deflects the question, and insists her prints will not show up because she has Tyler's blood on her. But to detectives, it sounds like fear of being caught, so they decide to leave her alone for a while, hoping the silence might do what their questions couldn't. And it does. When they come back, Brittany finally starts talking, only this isn't the confession they were expecting. It's something darker, a twisted version of events that leaves the detectives with more questions than answers.
I have no idea. I just don't know. I just know that I remember not being able to breathe. And he
was like crushing my esophagus.
Right. And where was he?
Like on his side of the bed, but like up. And I remember his screaming really loud, and he just kept doing it. He did it more than once, and like.
If you harming your woman, though, we don't condone that, bro. We're never gonna condone. If it's true, she in all rights to kill this nigga. Bro. She got every right to pop this nigga because one, she's a girl. Two, you're a man, and she's not gonna. Majority of the time, you're not gonna stand a chance against a man. Majority of the time, right? Shit, we all know it's true. So if he was putting his hands on her, she has every right to defend herself. Now, if she's making this fucking story up, which I think she is, shame on her because that's the shit that we have to go through on the daily. Like we can generally love a female. I'm just talking from my personal experience. You know what I mean? And they love you for what you're with, for what you have, what your benefits of being with you is. It's not genuine love. Like, I like what's genuine when it's real. I fuck. And it ain't, and you could love somebody and it's not even love like that, and it could be, but you know, who fucking knows? But somebody I care about, you're not harming and then trying to cover it up. Come on, my nigga. We grown fucking people. We know damn well if you love somebody, you're not gonna fucking kill them for money or for whatever the hell she killed this nigga.
I tried to get away and go out the room, and he had followed me and pinned me up against that wall.
Which wall is this?
In my bedroom.
Okay.
As she talks, Brittany shifts the focus away from the shooting and starts talking about her past, mentioning how her father once choked her, a detail she uses to portray her.
Oh my God, she wasn't even talking about the husband? Nigga, I thought she was talking about the husband. Why are you... Oh yeah, she did it, bro.
Self as the.
Why does... And see, there we go. I'm giving you examples of shit that I be talking about. Always the victim. You can murder somebody, literally murder somebody, and still play victim. You killed your boyfriend, and you're the victim.
A victim, someone who only acted out of
Fear of getting caught.
Fear and self-defense.
And like my dad did this to me when I was little, and I think it made me freak out a little bit, and probably I started swinging, I don't know, but he held me up by my throat.
I mean, one thing about a white girl, you know, or a lighter complected woman, they bruise. They bruise. So if it was for real, if it was real danger she was in, she would have bruise marks around her neck, and I'm pretty sure they looking for that with a white woman, bro. I don't think they definitely care about their own kind, so I'm pretty sure he's looking into that.
They held you up like off the ground?
Yeah, like.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why. We had everything.
How did you escape?
I don't know.
Okay. It seems like you're describing a relatively violent encounter there.
Yeah.
Was there a fight at that point? Or were you throwing punches and scratches? I mean, if someone's strangling me,
yeah.
I'm fighting as hard as I can to get away from that, right?
Yeah, I did, because he pinned me up against the wall.
Okay.
It's my reaction. My dad did that to me when I was young, and it's fucking gave me PTSD. And I split his eyebrow. What are you gonna do? It was the same thing for me. It brought me back to my childhood, and I lost my mind. I'm sure I was swinging. And
damn food's taking forever in the air fryer.
crashing, whatever the fuck.
Still trying to fill the gaps in her story, detectives realize they have no choice but to make Brittany believe they're on her side. After all, besides Jordan, she's the only witness and the last person Tyler ever saw alive. So they play along, pretending to trust her version of events and use the moment to quietly turn up the pressure.
If you were ever groped, inappropriately touched, or assaulted while riding in an Uber or Lyft, you may be entitled to up to $580.
I mean, if you're at the point where you're fighting to survive, anything goes.
It was like fine. Like, I didn't even have any arguments. I think he got up and used the restroom and then came back and then was like a different person. Because we were cuddling and really comfortable and going to bed and like loving each other like normal. Came back from the restroom and fucking, I don't even know. Said something and I was like, what? And he just snapped.
Well, at that point, it's perfectly understandable. Someone reaches over their nightstand and grabs that self-defense gun that they have.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm not a murderer. I would never kill him. I love him so much.
Well, it seems at this point you're trying to describe protecting yourself.
I don't know. I wish I knew.
Okay.
I'm not a murderer.
I'm trying to put together what happened so that we can get a full story of how you got away from him. And that we can tell everybody else that this is not what she was planning on doing. She wasn't sitting there all night plotting this. If it's you versus him, it was him versus me in that situation.
So she did get into a scuffle with her husband, supposedly, allegedly, from what I'm understanding.
I know what I'm doing. Especially if that gun's right there on the nightstand. I'm surviving.
I don't know what happened. I could like make up a story that I feel like I would do. I would go out of the room to get away from him. What happened after that? I don't know. I don't even remember leaving the room. Really.
She isn't remorseful or afraid of what she's done. Brittany tries to explain away her inconsistent story, blaming her blurred memory on being drunk that night. But with no clear account of what really happened and too many gaps to ignore, detectives have no choice but to place her under arrest on suspicion of murder. At first, Brittany probably thought that saying less would help keep her out of trouble. But in reality, her silence only gave investigators more room to work with and more angles to uncover the truth she left behind. Since her version of events ended with a vague claim of self-defense, detectives had to widen their scope. They began reaching out to people close to the couple, hoping someone could shed light on what Brittany was hiding. As investigators started interviewing them one by one, a darker picture of Brittany Holbrook began to emerge, one that revealed she wasn't the person she made herself out to be. Almost everyone mentions Brittany's dangerous relationship with alcohol, how it often turned her aggressive and sometimes even violent toward Tyler. One story in particular stood out to the detective, an incident at a friend's birthday party where everyone saw the drunk side of Brittany.
I do know that they were having issues that week, about her drinking. We all thought, because her ex-boyfriend before Tyler, he drinks. So we thought that he brought out the worst in Brittany from drinking, but it was really just her drinking in general that brought out the worst in her. And I don't know if that helps at all, or if that explains her a little bit better, or what the case is with that. But
could you tell me a little bit more about this when you came down in February and you all in there with blood on your shirts?
That was a very strange situation.
That night, aside from the birthday celebration, Tyler's friends had organized a small get-together meant to reunite him with an old friend and former roommate who also happened to be Brittany's ex-boyfriend. The goal was simple, to help them put the past behind and finally move on. And for a while, everything seemed to be going according to plan, until Brittany walked in.
They walk in, when Brittany sees Jaffe, she had a blank look on her face. Tyler sees Jaffe, he's smiling, Jaffe's smiling. I was right there. They hugged each other, and it was like kind of awesome that that they were going to be friends again. You know what I mean? They could let this go past them.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't Brittany's plan. Brittany was hoping that there was going to be some sort of scuffle or drama involved in this situation. And she got mad at Tyler for not doing anything about Jaffe being there. And Tyler obviously was like, what are you talking about? When this was neutral. And I told you that we were coming down here and it was all going to be all right. And I never saw this side of Brittany. After they heard what happened, they were all like, we kind of aren't surprised by this situation because she was so nuts that night. But over at American Rock Bar, she was like scratching and slapping Tyler, and everybody felt very uncomfortable about the situation. Later on in the night, they're like, Phil, you have blood in your shirt. And then I guess Tyler had the blood on his shirt, and my other buddy, Eric, they said had the blood on his shirt too. And then they were making a joke, and they were calling her a witch, like, oh, the witch, she put blood on your guys' shirt. We didn't think anything of it. You know what I mean? I didn't, at least. But now we're kind of, as we talk about it more, we're like, wow, like that 100% could have been her doing that.
But for Tyler, the night was far from over.
She broke a bunch of stuff in the house. She wrecked the house, and she beat Tyler up pretty bad that night. There's quite a few stories.
How you let her beat you up? So nigga leave. Go somewhere. Make her leave. Make her go somewhere. But nigga, y'all two in the same house doing this shit is not working. How you get beat up by your bitch, nigga?
About her attacking him, and she was an attacker.
My bitch is going to know better.
And clearly that night, of the...
They don't do that.
The blood being, in Tyler's bed and the broken beer bottle. And not only one broken beer bottle, that room was full of broken glass when everybody had to go clean it up. That's when everybody knew that there seriously was a problem going on.
This wasn't the first time Brittany had gotten drunk and turned violent toward Tyler. In fact, friends recalled multiple incidents, including one at a wedding where she lashed out at him in front of everyone.
Yeah, I've heard about this wedding. It's popped up a couple of times. What can you tell me about what went on there?
After, the rehearsal.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could be a good nigga and still get the S. It's never good enough.
Dinner, everything was good. We had dinner. They start drinking a little bit. She's really like belligerent. And we were all sitting by the pool having a good time. It was really like the first time I actually got to meet her and talk to her. And
God, that was your first. Damn, I wouldn't even be with no bitch like that, bro. I can't be with no bitch like that. I'm sorry. Like, I gotta have a peace of mind. Like, I'm not trying to come home fighting every day. I am very peaceful. I don't like yelling. I don't like arguments. I like food. I like my bitch to shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere and cook me something. Not shut the fuck up like you know what I mean, nigga. Like, no, like not nagging and complaining and bickering and fighting and breaking shit all the time. Like, no man wants that. Ladies, let me. I don't care how fine you think you are, how mad you are. That shit is not cute. Damaging shit in a house that you live in is not fucking cute, bro. It's not. That shit is not what's up. There's nothing cool about that shit. It's just as wrong as a nigga putting his hands on you. Like, niggas work hard, risk their freedom, risk their life for the shit that they have. So, like, that shit bogus too.
She was so drunk because her dad has like some hunting property and stuff up there, and I could have sworn she told me that, oh, my dad's selling the property. And my buddy, like a week or two before, he was all excited to go hunting. My buddy meaning Tyler, sorry.
Uh-huh.
And, I misunderstood her. Anyways, I'm driving them home because I, didn't drink at all. We had to drive back to his house. And I was talking to him in the front seat. She's passed out in the back seat. And I said, oh, Tyler, that sucks. Her dad's selling the property. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, I was talking to her at the pool. She said her dad's selling the property. And he reaches in the back seat and says, hey, babe, is your dad selling the property? And without hesitation, she throws a fucking left-hand hook and punches him in the face.
No bitch putting her hands on me like that, bro. No bitch, I can't let no bitch put her hands on me like that. And I don't care how, she's not even that fine to me putting up with that. I won't even let a fine bitch put her hands on me like that, bro. You got one, you get one or two passes, nigga. You're not finna get a whole bunch of passes of putting your hands on a nigga, bro.
And she says, don't ever fucking talk about my dad. And she has no idea what we're talking about. We're not talking bad about the dad. It was like, what the fuck? I got scared because I'm doing 55 mile an hour and she's throwing hooks. I thought she was going to punch me. Like, Jesus Christ.
But during the investigation, one name stood out: Marissa, the girlfriend of one of Tyler's close friends. She had seen a side of Brittany that went far beyond drunken outbursts, a side that hinted at something much more horrific.
On the crew, she looks evil. Right there, she looked like an evil bitch, bro. Like, she looked evil, nigga. Look at that shit, bro. Evil as fuck.
So we were at Hogfish, and she was talking about her ex-boyfriend, which is a guy that I know. It was Chris Jaffe. She was talking about him, and very aggressively and very angrily, and talking about their relationship, how much she hated him, how she wanted to kill him, and saying.
Now, my question is that if you hate a nigga, why would you tolerate or put up with it? If I don't like if I hate my bitch this much, what's the point of being? Or at least wait till she, you know what I mean? I'm the type of nigga that'll let shit cool off and come back if I really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna be around with the bitch. I don't like arguments. You're not finna hit on me. We're not finna be arguing all day. I will leave. I'm not one of these niggas I gotta be up under you 24/7 and ask you who you doing, where you with, and all that shit. I'm not doing all of that. So you might want to get your act together. I don't give a fuck about no nigga that go over there and all that shit. Give a fuck who beating that pussy and all that shit. Because I best believe I'm gonna be doing what I do. So if you're not trying to play those kind of games, nigga, you do right by your nigga, bro. And majority of the times, the nigga gonna do right by you. Y'all can't expect that motherfucker. And look, even when the nigga do right by a bitch, but still kill the nigga.
All this
hate the nigga and don't like the nigga for no goddamn reason. Like, what is the reason for not liking this nigga this much? What makes you hate this man? Why do women hate us so much, bro? I know we kill women too, bro. I'm not saying we don't. I know we do, but when the nigga killed he literally had it. I don't think she killed because she had it with this nigga. I think she literally just hated this nigga and she's probably with this nigga for something of valuable gain to her. So she was tolerating and pulling up with it for as long as she could.
Crazy stuff.
But if that was the case, why didn't the bitch just leave?
Stuff about Chris. What kind of crazy things was she saying?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be a rational thinker in situations because you gotta understand your next choice, your next decision, your next move can change your life forever. I always think about every move that I make, I think about it before I make it, whether it's good or bad. Even when I make bad choices, I think about the bad choices I make before I do it too. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, you got to. If I feel like I can get away with it, I'll probably take it.
He said that they would get in physical fights and that they would grab each other's eyeballs.
Look, my niggas, ladies and gentlemen, never let it get to this point when you're in a once the fighting starting and shit breaking and punches are being thrown by male or female, it don't matter. Just stay away from it. Go away from it. Even if it's for a couple of months, go away from that situation and then go back and then see if you still feel the same way after being away from that person for a while. But don't just sit in it. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all would. That's the part they don't understand. Y'all would hate a nigga, but put. And I said this before. Y'all would hate a nigga so much, but because he's providing and giving you everything you want, you will tolerate putting up with this nigga even if you don't like him. But so you can get your way and get what you want, you would much rather put up with somebody that you don't like than the right person that was meant for you. Obviously, this man and this woman were not meant to be together.
And she showed me like with her thumb and her fingers on her face, like the eyeball squeezing. She said that she told me she had stabbed him one time. And I was like, you stabbed him or like you wanted to stab him? And she was like, oh no. She's like, and next time I'll stab him. She said that she would do it like, she was doing the stabbing like with her arm. Well, this was at Hogfish Bar. She was doing like the stabbing motion, and she was like, and I would go, like in his, I would go all the way up like to his neck is what she said. I'm trying to think of the exact words, but she was gonna, she's like, I'd go all the way up and like kill him. And I just remember thinking, you're being so psychotic and aggressive about this. You haven't even dated him in over a year.
Her account was later backed up by several of Tyler's friends, each confirming her fantasy of killing her ex-boyfriend.
So do y'all see what I'm talking about now? That y'all don't know how to pick. And just to be happy, y'all will put up with some bullshit. Not even to be happy, just to get what you want. Just so you can get what you want, y'all would put up with it. To the point where you killed this man. At some point, you gotta realize when it's just not what it is. Like fighting and throwing punches, breaking shit, that's a wrap. It's not no simple argument, no little back and forth bickering, nigga. Y'all are breaking shit. It's a wrap for that, nigga. Or at least give her some space, nigga. Shit, you still all up in the bitch face. Like, either you gotta go or she gotta go, but somebody gotta move the fuck around. That's why this shit happened.
I know that Marissa went to dinner a few nights before this happened.
Look, sometimes we be too in our dick feelings, bro. Because we don't want the niggas can't imagine a bitch giving that pussy away. I've gotten used to it only because my baby mama. So it's like, well, shit, my baby mama get my pussy away. So any bitch is getting my pussy away. I'm not. These hoes is just as bad as we are, and they try to shame us on that shit. Like, bitch, you fuck, or as much as a nigga probably. Now, shout out to my real woman that wanna, yo, shout out to my real woman that want a good man and do her best to try to be with a good man and get stuck with a bad one. But shout out to my woman that left if it didn't work. Shout out to my woman that keep herself alive a lot longer, or their significant other alive longer to just, maybe it's not a good time right now. It doesn't. Sometimes it's good for space. It doesn't mean that the relationship don't work or the relationship is over. But I truly believe that sometimes, a little space from each other can make all the difference in the world. You can realize, like, damn, how much you really miss that person. Or then you remember, yeah, okay, now I remember why I hated you, motherfucking man. And that's the thing. Like, ladies, when you choose wisely, man. Choose wisely and choose for the right reasons. This is why shit like this happens. Thanks for watching. We got more content. Don't even trip, nigga. We got more coming.